Now, if y'all haven't heard yet, ex-video vixen Corinne Steffens, this woman right here, is claiming she was once gifted to P. Diddy for one of his freak-off parties by Irv Gotti. Now, to y'all younger generation or people who live up under a rock, Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead, is an ex-video vixen who is best known for her book that she released called Confessions of a Video Vixen, where she talks about her life and her time working in the music industry as a video vixen, where she also name drops hella celebrities that she messed around with, such as the late and great DMX, Ja Rule, Jay-Z, OG rapper Kool G Rap, Lil Wayne, Shaq, and a lot more others.
Karen Steffens alleges that she was once gifted to Diddy by VV Gotti at one of his parties. Let's take a look at 10 instances where celebrities have warned us about Diddy.
Welcome back to The Emily Show. Today we are covering the world's fastest lawsuit, from the lawsuit being filed to a settlement being reached, where Cassie sued Sean Combs, who you might know as Puffy, Diddy, P. Diddy, or whatever else he is going by these days. This lawsuit is unlike much I've seen, A, in the swiftness of the settlement, B, in the fact that the lawsuit.
Cassie Ventura's case against Diddy Combs unveiled shocking allegations and bold legal strategies that resulted in a swift resolution.
As a trigger warning directly under the title box, and this lawsuit does deal with graphic information of a sexual nature, including sexual assault, allegations of human trafficking, and the rest of it. As I do with these lawsuits, I will be covering the broader facts of the lawsuit, but I will not be getting into any of the details or the particularly graphic details. I will attach the lawsuit, if you would like to read it, in the description box.
On November 16, 2023, Cassie filed a high-profile lawsuit against Diddy Combs, immediately becoming the center of media attention. This was far from a typical civil case. It contained shocking and graphic allegations of abuse, manipulation, and human trafficking, reportedly spanning more than a decade. The claims shed light on a deeply troubling narrative that raised serious questions about power dynamics, control, and exploitation in the entertainment industry.
I want to go over the law, how this was filed, how swift this settlement happened, what the different causes of action were, why this is potentially a civil suit, not a criminal suit. And I think there are definitely some legal aspects and some strategic aspects we need to talk about. But when I saw this news break on Thursday...
Why was this case filed in New York, especially since both Cassie and Diddy Combs reside in California? The answer lies in New York's Adult Survivors Act, a law enacted in 2022.
This lawsuit was filed on November 16th. I was like, oh, that's wild. And then the news came out that the settlement happened on Friday, November 17th. I was like, you've got to be, what? That's wild. So an extra huge thank to our sponsors today, because covering topics of a sensitive nature aren't always super friendly across all platforms, but I know that you guys want to know the law behind the cases like this, and that's what we're going to do today. So, law nerds, let's get it.
He accused Diddy Combs of not only physically abusing her, but also coercing her into humiliating intimate acts with others, which he allegedly recorded.
Welcome to The Emily Show. I'm Emily D. Baker, the internet's go-to legal analyst and big fan of the cursey words. I've been a licensed attorney for over 17 years. I'm a former prosecutor, and I break down the legal side of pop culture and entertainment stories we can't stop talking about. We should just get into it. Let's go. Thank you to our sponsor.
The swift resolution of the case suggests that behind-the-scenes negotiations were likely underway even before the lawsuit was filed. Adding another layer of complexity, Combs' attorney, Benjamin Braffman, characterized Cassie's demands as blackmail, sparking further debate around the case.
For probably 6 months plus before they reached out to sponsor The Emily Show. And the number one thing I noticed is how much less trash we were taking out every single week. I didn't realize that almost half of trash is made up of food waste, but all of our food waste now goes into the Lomi and is turned into dirt that then goes out into my yard. It is such a nice way to be able to recycle food waste at home, reduce the burden on the planet, and reduce the stink in my trash.
For Cassie, filing the lawsuit under the Adult Survivors Act provided a platform to voice the misconduct she claims to have endured.
Reduce the amount of waste you're hauling to the curb every week. The Lomi is perfect for you. Head to lomi.com/Lawnerd and use promo code LAWNERD to get $50 off your Lomi. That's $50 off when you head to lomi.com/Lawnerd and use promo code LAWNERD at checkout. Thanks, Lomi, for sponsoring this episode. Let's get back to it.
In their joint statement, Cassie expressed relief at regaining some control over the situation, stating that she was ready to move forward with her life. Combs, on the other hand, offered well wishes to Cassie and her family, but refrained from addressing the allegations in any detail.
So by way of a quick overview, before we pull up both the law firm's press release and then the lawsuit itself, and then at the end, we will get to the settlement and the statements made regarding the settlement, the undisclosed monetary settlement. But as a way of overview, the lawsuit covers allegations that occurred between 2006 and 2019. It was filed in federal court in New York, though Cassie and Sean Combs are both residents of California. We'll talk about jurisdiction a little bit in a minute.
Although this lawsuit was settled quickly, it brings attention to the serious issues of abuse and power dynamics in the entertainment industry. While the full details may never be fully revealed, the case highlights the crucial role of legal protections, such as the Adult Survivors Act, in addressing such concerns.
50 Cent, accusation after accusation. 50 Cent has been vocal for years. Not only did 50 Cent accuse Diddy of being connected to Tupac's murder, but he also accused him of being connected to Biggie's as well. In 2010, he also said that Puffy will suck the life out of everyone that he's around. Moving on to the next one, number 4, Usher. At 13, Usher lived with Diddy for 1 year. In a 2016 interview, he was asked if he'd send his kids to live with Diddy. He answered, hell no. J. Cole warned us in 2021. On his song Let Go of My Hand, in reference to Diddy, he said, back then I didn't know shit, now I know too much. This is possibly alluding to Diddy's alleged crimes. Number 2, Eminem. Eminem warned us in his lyrics multiple times. In 2018's Kill Shot, he said that Diddy put out a hit that got Tupac killed. Also in 2024's Fuel, he branded Diddy a rapist. I swear the whole industry is going in on Diddy, but even more surprisingly, Tupac warned us before he died. After Tupac was shot 5 times, he pointed the finger at Diddy. He was later murdered in a drive-by shooting. Rest in peace.
This is about the celebrities who've warned us about Diddy, and I just have to say, you look incredible. Though the audience can't feel it through the screen, you're definitely smelling amazing. And those diamonds in your teeth, are they permanent? Yes, they've been in for 2.5 years now. Now, let's dive into that night Biggie was killed. Tonight, music mogul scene Diddy Combs finds himself at the center of a new legal storm as 2 women and 4 men come forward, accusing the rapper of rape and misconduct, with one of the accusers claiming to have been a minor during the alleged incident.
Music mogul Sean Combs is facing a new wave of lawsuits tonight after 2 women and 4 men accused the rapper of rape, sexual abuse, and sexual assault. One of those men claims he was a minor at the time. The accusers are all part of what their attorneys say is a group of more than 100 alleged victims who are in the process of taking legal action against Combs. So far, he has pleaded not guilty to all criminal charges and remains behind bars as he awaits trial. Meanwhile, rapper Kanye West is being sued by a former assistant. The woman says that she was drugged and sexually assaulted during a recording session involving both Kanye and Sean Combs. She claims that she was given a drink laced with an unidentified drug. She alleges West confessed to their encounter much later, leading her to quit her job. The former assistant says she was also fired and never received the $3 million in severance owed to her by West. Kanye's legal team has not responded to that lawsuit.
In a new twist, rapper Kanye West faces legal trouble as a former assistant sues, claiming she was mistreated during a recording session with him and scene Diddy Combs. She alleges her drink was spiked, and West later confessed to the encounter. Meanwhile, Diddy opened up about his healthier lifestyle, crediting fasting and better choices for his improved well-being. When asked about his extravagant lifestyle, Diddy reflected on his journey with love, admitting he's still learning to care for himself before fully committing to others, though remains hopeful about finding lasting love.
You shut the up, have you really?
Yeah.
I love that about you.
Well, I've ordered it like hundreds of times. I wanted to figure out what's going on. Why does it have a Z? It's very
It's not like what is the people that they say they just put powder?
instant coffee.
No, the company that actually has just like cans of powder that they put hot water in. Coffee Bean.
That's what Coffee Bean does?
Yes.
Well,
like the vanilla latte is a powder formula that they put water in.
I did used to live next to a Coffee Bean.
It tastes like it.
Scene Diddy Combs recently shared his love for Phil's coffee, joking that he orders it to his home every morning. While he's not sure what makes it so special, it's a morning routine he enjoys more than the powdered formulas used by some coffee chains.
Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other.
The memory of Aaliyah. I just know that was a murder. I could go deep, but
It seems like you're referring to a specific event or rumor. Could you clarify what you meant by Diddy and Jay's took out Aaliyah? If you're referring to a situation involving these figures, I'd be happy to help rewrite or expand on it.
In my opinion, but I could see why there are people that really like it. It's because you could get, it tastes like McDonald's. Sugar and sugar.
I haven't spent a lot of time drinking McDonald's coffee in my life.
Either, I'm not talking about the coffee. I've never had a McDonald's coffee. I think I'd murder myself before I'd have a McDonald's
Just
coffee.
like it tastes like McDonald's
Like-
as a whole,
like
all
it-
of their products.
Like just in general, you know how you feel heavy after you eat there?
Yeah.
Like you don't feel light. You
Yeah.
feel like you need to take a nap.
Every once in a while, I'll still hit a McDonald's.
The light-hearted conversation continues as Diddy talks about his coffee experiences, laughing about how his girlfriend accidentally bought unsalted Ritz crackers, calling them horrible and comparing the taste to flavorless cardboard. Keeping his signature humor intact, he jokes about staying away from all humans for now, hinting at the adjustments that come with being a star. He then dives into deeper topics, sharing insights into his journey towards self-care and how the past few months have transformed him. He talks about taking time away from the spotlight, avoiding leaving his house, and embracing a slower, more mindful pace.
So what are your thoughts on all the his celebrity friends that denounced those allegations and were like, this is false, and, you know, they were saying, yeah, should they speak up now? Should they speak up now?
I think it's getting a little too late for those who are complicit. For the victims who have been too afraid to come forward because the diddler has been running around with impunity. It's time for all of the victims to come forward.
Jaguar Wright doesn't hold back, stating that it may be too late for those who were complicit. She insists it's time for the victims to come forward and for those who denied the allegations to face reality. Jaguar boldly claims that several high-profile celebrities, including Stevie J, Mary J. Blige, Jennifer Lopez, and Jay-Z, should also face charges for their involvement.
But for the people that have been denying it, you know what? Let's not be coy. You know, I am Jaguar. So let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
Jaguar continues, alleging that figures like DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and even Usher should be held accountable for their actions. She hints that many in the industry are connected to harmful events and should face scrutiny for their involvement.
Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Off of Justin Bieber alone.
Now, Carisha and Rick Ross just sat down together in an interview.
Yeah, I know. Two Diddy doo-wop bops. What a reunion.
Jaguar accuses Jay-Z of being involved in the case of Kathy Carana White, whom she describes as Jay-Z's former mistress. She recalls White's tragic death shortly after publicly announcing her pregnancy, raising serious questions about Jay-Z's potential involvement.
Now,
Will Diddy start snitching?
she threw it up. Yeah,
He better. He better. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White.
Jaguar recalls hearing from insiders about Kathy Sutton passing and questions whether Jay-Z was directly involved. She urges people to look deeper into these incidents, including how some famous figures have reportedly managed to silence witnesses. Stay tuned for more.